advantage of the one-on-one coverage with their receivers. They are playing man-to-man, and it'd be interesting to see if the quarterback can take advantage of that.
All right, Farah is going to be back in. He's going to be the receiver, number 22. Farah, along with number 28, Russell DiStefano. Now, maybe Norristown will go for it. I don't know.
I would be surprised.
They're going to measure.
Yeah.
They're going to measure. It's that close. They bring the chains out, stretch the chains.
Be interesting, about a foot and a half, Joe?
About a foot and a half, yep.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see. At this point of the season, and with with Norristown's record, they might as well go for it. They might as well take the chance.
I would think go for it. I know that one of the concerns that they expressed was can't have turnovers, can't have fumbles, can't have big mistakes because they're two very good teams.
All right, it looks like Norristown is going to kick.
Punt.
Yep. Fazzari is back in punt formation.
Right.
Deep for the Vikings is Mike Farah. Fazzari will hit it at about the Norristown 40. Nice snap from center. End over end kick.
Great bounce.
Good bounce for Norristown. Got about 15 yards on the bounce. Upper Merion will take over at about the 18-yard line.
So far, Joe, we've done better with field position. Both of our possessions were to 36 and 38, and they're starting their second possession inside the 20.
Wasn't a very pretty kick, but it got the results.
No, and I know that's an area that there has to be a little bit of concern. With the speed and the quality of the receivers and the backs that they have, to get that good kick and get the time for the players to get down the field.
All right, here come the Vikings. Again, that classic wing T formation, two wing backs and a fullback. Kelly, straight back, throws.
Oh my goodness.
Right between three defenders. He threaded that was a reception.
Yes, it was.
He threaded the needle. There were three defensive backs around.
Ball. Well thrown ball. There were at least three Norristown defenders in that area. I was a little surprised that he was releasing it, and it was there. It was a rocket.
Matter of fact, the receiver looked a little surprised. Right.
He was on his knees.
Right. How did it get to me? All right. Vikings are out of trouble with that completion. There's a handoff to number 28. That'll be Russell DiStefano. Picks up about 6 yards. On that wing T sweep to the left. It's amazing how many high schools in the area run out of the Delaware wing T.
I guess part of it would have to be fairly safe, right? You're not going to be throwing the ball that much, and as you said, the timing is really important, and you're using your backs.
Oh.
Excellent hit, separated him from the ball.
That's right. Mike Farah, the usually sure-handed Mike Farah, dropped the ball after a concussive hit by Jason Thompson. He patrols that secondary, the short secondary, and it takes a lot of courage to go into that area. I wouldn't go into that area.
Really good. Great timing on the hit.
Was. Nice play by Jason Thompson, a two-way performer for the Eagles. Solid football player. Does a lot of things very, very well.
Here we go, man-to-man coverage again.
Yep. Man in motion. Handoff to number 41. That would
Fourth.
be Joe Tassoni.
A carbon copy of Norristown's second possession.
That's right.
4th down. It looks like 4th and 1 or 2.
Fourth
There
and
you
1.
go. It's a carbon of Norristown's
right.
first possession. Second possession. 4th and 2.
All right, if you're the Vikings, what do? It looks like they're going to go for it. Again, at this time of the year, this kind of a game, this kind of a neighborhood rivalry, why not go for it? Big play for both teams. 4th and 1. Great Norristown stop. Number 72, and number 19, that would be Nick Toto and Jamal Anderson, a very impressive sophomore defensive end. Great stop for Norristown, and they take over with excellent field position on the Viking 41-yard line. That was a great play.
He went down in a hurry. The Upper Merion back went down real quick.
Got to respect Coach Toto for Upper Merion for giving that a shot, you know?
Absolutely. It's early in the game, and you're confident. You're confident in your offense. You're confident in your defense. I mean, interesting if Norristown, it's a 3rd possession now where they're starting with good field position. See if we can take advantage of it.
That's correct. Blake over the ball, I formation. Back to pass, going deep. Intended for number 1, Brad Baker. Broken up by number 28, Brett Gallagher.
Probably very catchable, Joe. The ball was there. I don't think the Upper Merion got his hand on it. The Upper Merion defender got his hand on it. The ball was probably very catchable. Took a long time to get there, but nice spiral and probably should have been caught.
They went for the whole enchilada on that play. Didn't get it, 2nd and 10. Play like that has a tendency to stretch the field, stretches out the defense, which could open up holes for the running backs.
We'll see if he follows it with the running play here. He goes back to a pass. Oh, brother.
The fumble,
and Upper
Merion recovered. All right, number 81 for the Vikings picking up that ball alertly was Kevin Lekowitz.
Upper Merion seemed to have read that right from the get-go, Joe. They were in the backfield on that right from the beginning.
All right, Norristown turns the ball over. First turnover of tonight's game. Upper Merion will take over on their own 35-yard line.
So with the last 6 plays, we've changed about 7 yards.
That's exactly correct. There's a handoff to number 25. Breaking tackles.
Brother. Nice and low, lowered his shoulder, and he
rambles
took a couple
to the
Norristown tacklers with him.
Rambles to the 49-yard line.
That'd be interesting.
That was number
to see how
25.
Norristown responds to that turnover. How many times have we seen that, Joe, where one team commits a turnover and the other team takes advantage of it? One's flat and the other one's up.
That was a good tough run by Paul McAvoy.
See if this is a momentum changer for Upper Merion.
1st and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line of Upper Merion. There's a handoff to the up back. Picks up a tough 7 yards. That'll be a Upper Merion first down. The runner there was Joe Tassoni, picked up 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 yards to go at the Norristown 44-yard line. Number 81 in motion. That's Lekowitz going both ways. There's a handoff to number 25. That's Paul McAvoy again. Picks up about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2. Ball at the Norristown 43-yard line. I look for a pass here, Bob.
I'm thinking run here, Joe.
Driving ahead, dragging tacklers with him, was Joe Tassoni.
Somebody has to step up and make a big stop here, Joe. It's,
yeah.
That fumble may be a momentum changer for the first half.
Right.
And that's exactly what coaches were worried about prior to the game. A fumble.
That's one of the things that I think
turnover.
It's one of the things I think that have been disappointing for the Eagles this season is that they have been unable to make that big, key, crucial play, either offensively or defensively.
Right, that seems to be consistent all year. Now they have to make something happen on the defensive side.
Right. Here's McAvoy dragging tacklers with him. He will not be denied. A tough little runner.
Takes him down to the 20.
Tough run. Norristown is doing a very poor job tackling at this point of the game. That fumble did seem to knock a little bit of the wind out of them. The Vikings have advanced to the Norristown 20-yard line. Norristown in its 5-3 defense. Lekowitz in motion. Here's Kelly being pursued.
Oh, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. Norristown read it. Obviously, they've seen some game films on that one because they had that right in the backfield.
That's correct.
Good job preparation on Norristown's part.
Yeah, they reacted very quickly to the ball. All right, 2nd and 11. Loss of 1 yard on that play. Flanker wide to the right. Norristown defensively, they're in man-to-man coverage. Kelly back to throw.
Oh, brother.
Completed to number 30.
Not much, though, Joe. Not much. Couple yards, maybe
Number
3
30
yards.
on the reception is Danny Stauffer. Completed the pass, but at most he gained 2 yards.
It was a longer lateral pass than a directional pass.
Right.
It picked up a couple yards, but maybe that's setting up for the next play.
Yep.
It's 3rd and 8.
5.5 minutes left to play in the first half.
Well, it's a very big play here, Joe. Difference between potential field goal and possible 7.
Long count. Reverse to number 24. That would be Brett Patterson. Norristown read that misdirection play very well.
It didn't look like it was going anywhere in a hurry. It took a lot of time to develop, and
good
the line
point.
took care of it.
Good point. All right, here's a field goal from the 32-yard line. That'll make it a 42-yard kick. That's quite a poke for a high school kicker. Cuddick.
This might be
nice
one of their
snap.
strengths.
It's up. It has enough leg, and it's good.
Well,
Cuddick.
The weather helps out here, Joe.
A
Beautiful
40
weather. There's no wind either way.
A 42-yard field goal puts the Vikings up by 3, 10-7.
Could have been worse.
Yes, it could have been.
Could have been worse.
Norristown came up with a key defensive stop when they were 3rd and 8. However, Cuddick had room to spare on that kick. That was a nice kick.
And Norristown has plenty of time in the last 4 minutes and 39 seconds to get a possession, sustain a drive, and go in with a lead.
Yes. Again, I'm impressed, Bob, by the fact that it's been a very well-played game. No penalties, not one, and we're a quarter and a half into the game.
Well, I know on the Norristown, Ed, that the coaches indicated they had a very good practice week. Very crisp, very few mistakes, very positive, and it's really nice when a coach says that you don't have to direct your players to be focused. And coach has said this week that the players were very focused. They didn't have to stay on top of them for that. And I think both teams are probably like that. It's a reflection of what the coaches have put into it.
James Jacobs, Brad Baker, Blaine Pierce. Deep for the Eagles, Cuddick to kick off. It's a valuable tool to have, Bob, a kicker who can get you 3 points from 42 yards away.
And I'm thinking here, Norristown could be in great field position again on their 4th possession.
There's a squib kick.
May hurt them.
Again, Norristown will be starting out in very good field position.
Roughly the 42-yard line.
That kick was fielded by Sam Johnson, a junior, 5'8", 170 pounds. Eagles will take over on their own 43-yard line. It'll be interesting to see if the Eagles can show sufficient resilience here to bounce back from that, again, that very impressive 42-yard field goal.
I think that'll be the case with the number of seniors. I believe there's 25 seniors on the team, 14 playing 1 or 2 ways. So
here's Jacobs running with a purpose, picks up about 8 yards. Nice run, nice tough run.
Be important to get this first down after just giving up a score off a turnover. Be important for them to come back and at least get a first down or 2 and maybe drive in before the half.
Jason Thompson threw a neat lead block for his running mate in the backfield. I formation. There's a handoff to Jacobs. Picks up the first down, takes half the Upper Merion defensive team to bring him down.
Uh-oh.
Eagle is hurt. Eagle is hurt. Timeout, official timeout, injury timeout. You never want to see this. You always get a catch in your throat. Your heart jumps about a foot when you see something like this happen. But it looks like the boy's all right.
The medical staff was right out on the field.
Yes, they were. That was number 65, Gene Johnson, limping off the field. Gene Johnson's a big boy, 295 pounds. Walked off on his own steam. Always good to see. Always good to see.
I'm guessing it's ankle, Joe, the way he's hobbling. I don't think it's knee. I think it's ankle.
No. It's a tough sport. You have mass times velocity. You come up with significant collisions. It's a tough sport. And you have to respect every young man out there putting it on the line for their school. 1st and 10. I formation. Jake Williams in motion. There's a pitch to Jacobs.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he was surrounded. He was surrounded by a number of Upper Merion defensive players. Number 8 on that.
2 yards on that, Joe.
Lou King, defensive end, 6'4", 245 pounds. Wrapped up Jacobs like a Christmas package.
You just get the feeling that both teams have done their homework. They've made a couple tackles in the backfield.
Good
both
point.
Teams have done that. Both teams have done their homework. They've done their scouting, their preparation.
3 minutes left in the first half. 2nd and 11. Jacobs lost a yard. Man in motion.
Oh boy. He had no time, Joe. No time. He
Yeah.
gave the fake on the handoff, and there was virtually no time.
Right.
He was looking downfield to his two receivers, and
Right.
he was dodging defenders.
Was not very good pass protection. As you said, Bob, as soon as he looked up downfield, he was surrounded by white jerseys and gold helmets.
And that is something that they said they've been working on all week. More pass block protection because they want to throw the ball more. The 3rd and 17.
I look for Upper Merion to come with everybody, maybe even the coaches.
Yeah, I think you might see that, Joe.
Yeah.
Penalty flag.
Penalty flag. First one of the half. 2 minutes to play. Delay of the game. Delay of the game by the Eagles. Understandable because Blake was knocked down. He had to get up, extricate himself from all those arms, run to the sideline, and run back.
The downside to that, is there a 2-minute warning at this level, Joe?
I don't think so.
No 2-minute warning.
I don't think, no.
Okay, because there's 2:03 on the clock. Now see how much this hurts them, and
Yeah.
certainly could give Upper Merion good field position with 2 minutes to go in the game.
Yep. And they have an attack that can strike from anywhere. I formation. Draw play to Jacobs. Jacobs scooting downfield. Nice run down to the Upper Merion 45-yard line on a draw play. Nice call. A good punt by Jordan Vazari should pin Upper Merion back, which is what you want to do with 1:30 to go. Vazari will hit it from about the Eagles' 45-yard line. Deep for Upper Merion is Mike Farah. Nice snap. Almost
blocked.
Rather disappointing kick. Dead ball at the Upper Merion 18-yard line.
Once again, Upper Merion starts deep in their own territory.
That's right.
And we'll see if they make the effort to score with 1:13 to go.
You know, these Norristown's failing to take advantage of their excellent field position may cost them later on in the game.
Yeah, I mean, they've had 3 or 4 good opportunities,
Yeah.
good starts.
Yeah. And those things,
conversely, Upper Merion is not.
right? Those things can come back and haunt you. There's a plunge into the line. Gain of about 5
Upper
yards.
Merion takes a timeout. No timeout. They might be content to run this out. It doesn't look like they're going to take a timeout.
Number 41 was Joe Tassoni. Picked up about 5 yards.
It doesn't seem like they have any inclination to worry about putting points on the board before it's over.
I think
no
Upper Merion
timeout.
Upper Merion will be happy to go into the locker room 7-7 with the Eagles. There's a sweep to the right, cut back. Norristown's more than ready for that. Gain of about 1, if that. On the carry, that was number 24, Brett Patterson. Interesting, with the passing attack that Upper Merion has, you wonder.
I'm a little surprised at that, Joe. I'm a little surprised at that. And as successful as they've been tonight with it.
Yes.
Right? 1 incompletion, I think.
Mm-hmm. Another handoff. Picked up a first down.
You know, what do we know, Joe? But they go a 4th and 1, right, and they're stopped. And they have an opportunity to potentially put another field goal on the board because the guy kicked it at 42. Their passing game's been very sharp tonight.
Right.
But they didn't use any timeouts and very content to go in with a 10-7 score.
That's right. That's right. I misspoke a minute ago. It's 10-7 Upper Merion, and Upper Merion was apparently content with going into the locker room with a 3-point lead. Looking back at the first half, I think the one thing that stands out in my mind is the fact that it was such a cleanly played half. There was only one penalty, and that was a penalty of omission rather than commission, namely a delay of game penalty. A well-played game. Both teams seem to be into the game. Both teams, as you say, are very cognizant of each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses, and it shows in the tightness of the score. Upper Merion 10, Norristown 7. Bob, any any comments?
I think so far the first half is ones. One turnover, one incomplete pass, one penalty, one touchdown for each team. So there's a lot of ones in the first half. And with both teams scored in the first quarter, I kind of thought, my first instinct, well, maybe this will be a 28-27 game. But as it turns out, halftime is 10-7. Both teams have buckled up on the defensive end. We were talking at the end of the first quarter that on the offensive end, you're probably very happy with what you've done, and defensively you wouldn't. Now the coaches, I'm sure, are not happy with what they've done offensively in the last 12 minutes, but defensively very pleased with what they've done.
That's correct. That's an excellent point. We'll be back. We'll be back after the halftime presentation by the Upper Merion Vikings. Again, this is Joe Hyland along with Bob Koch. The score at halftime, Upper Merion 10, Norristown 7. This is Joe Hyland again with Bob Koch saying we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Welcome back, fans, to the second half of tonight's game between Norristown and Upper Merion. Upper Merion has a 3-point lead on a field goal, a 42-yard field goal. They lead the Eagles 10-7. It was a very well-played first half. Only one penalty. Both teams are out, and we're about to start the second half. Frankly, I look for more of a defensive struggle than an offensive explosion, Bob. I may be wrong, but that's the way I see the game going.
I'm thinking more optimistically and think they're going to put some more points on the board. Both teams are going to put some points on the board, be more aggressive offensively. They both now have felt each other out for a half. Although, as I said, I was a little surprised that Upper Merion was so conservative at the end. And, you know, they know their players, and it's their team, and obviously it's easy to sit up here and second guess. But I guess I'm saying it more from the confidence standpoint. I think Upper Merion is a very capable team offensively, and I like to see them do it.